Hi, my name is Martin Heng and I've been the chairperson of Ideas for the last year. My most important message is it's not all about wheelchairs. Wheelchair users make up usually less than 10% of the disabled population. So it's not all about wheelchairs and accessible toilets. And also people are generally kind of worried about disability because they think it will cost a lot of money. Oh, we have to put ramps everywhere, we have to put accessible toilets. These are important, but they're not the most important. It's not all about wheelchairs. We are less than 10% of the disabled population. There are plenty of people out there with vision impairments, with hearing impairments, with mobility impairments who are not in wheelchairs. And these are people who can be catered to relatively inexpensively if thought is given to it. For example, if you have a menu, make sure you have a menu in large print in black and white. In a sans serif font, it's easy to read. Then you're catering to people with a vision impairment, or even people who are aged who have trouble deciphering a very highly designed menu in low lighting. That's the other thing. Make sure that there is decent lighting. Or if there is no decent lighting in your restaurant, maybe you can have a handheld torch so that people can read your menu. If you're thinking about people who have a mobility impairment but are not using a wheelchair, they might be older people who need to sit down every once in a while. So make sure that there are benches and places for people to sit down around the grounds of your establishment. Every 50 metres, have a bench, have a seat. Have a seat in your lobby so that people can sit down while they're waiting to register. If somebody's in a wheelchair, in the lobby or in the check-in, make sure there's a low-end check-in desk so that people in wheelchairs can sign documents, can converse at the same level as your staff, so they're not always craning to look up at somebody and feeling very uncomfortable when they're down here and you're up there and they can't reach the counter. Just have an occasional table with a chair so that you can conduct your business at the same level as the person in the chair. Again, it costs nothing to do and it makes all the difference in making someone feel welcome. Apart from that, I think it's important that there is some sort of disability awareness training so that your staff are not uncomfortable. So if people are interested in looking to get some disability awareness training, Ideas has a number of different providers of this service. All you have to do is call or email, jump on the website, and you can find any number of providers who can provide disability